Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction video, guys. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Ben 10 Alien Force Season 1, Episode 8, like I've been saying over the last number of weeks, avoiding episode titles until the end of the episode. Don't want to be spoiled. I've been told that there are episode titles that pretty much give away exactly what's happening, or they spoil something major in the title itself, so avoiding titles from now on, just to be safe, and overall, I think it helps with the reaction as well, because I didn't know that last week's episode was Max Out, which was the title. If I would have saw that, I think it would have pretty much gave away that Max was showing up in the show. Now, obviously, right away, he's shown in the opening of the episode. But I like the fact that I didn't know going in that he was in the episode. The ending, which I'm still processing, still thinking about it. Max sacrificed himself. And I'm thinking, sacrificed? Because I don't think he's dead. I don't know how, though, because they're making it very clear the way he was explaining it when he detached the device that he was using in the episode and it exploded, a massive explosion, that this literally was a bomb. Like, I don't know, but I just don't think he's gone. But I will say, I went back and watched that scene a couple times. The speech that he gives to Gwen and Ben is just so emotional, and it really hits hard, and it hits harder every time I watch it because, man, he literally was doing this to save them, to save everyone, and he did it. He did it because it needed to happen. I still don't think he's actually dead. But if he is, my God, what a way to go out, and what a way that character was honored in that sense. I honestly wish he was in, even though he was in hologram video messages, I wish he was actually in more of the show leading up to this moment. But the way that he went out, and I'm still thinking went out, I still think he's around or something. I have no idea. But, man, a phenomenal character. Max is a phenomenal character, and I just, wow, that was such an emotional, as you saw my reaction, it was so hard to process that. It was so insane. So, I can't wait to see what happens next. I'm loving the hell out of the show. I love Ben 10 as a whole. I'm loving this journey. I love the fact that the show is darker, because literally what happened to Max they would not have done on Ben 10, because it's too dark. It's too dark for that show tonally with the way they kind of established in Ben 10. Alien Force, they're making it very clear we're a darker show, and I love it. So let's get into now, guys. Let's check it out. Ben 10 Alien Force Season 1, Episode 8. Don't know the title. We'll find out. Let's get into it, guys. Let's see what they show us. Let's go.
Tonight,
whoa,
we stand on the brink of triumph. Are you ready, Connor?
I am.
Okay.
Throughout our history, this one, we believe, is different. You've earned the right to wield this.
What will it do?
I'll hold it steady, but how can I expect the same of the beast?
It's chained.
Oh, it's not. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Giant dragon. Giant dragon. Ooh. Oops.
That's Savate, and this is karate.
This is karate.
I taught it to you.
Okay, fun's over. I just set up a meeting for Ben. With who?
Meeting?
The Forever Knights?
No way!
Are you crazy? Hold it, hold it.
They paid you to come here and bring Ben to them, didn't they?
No, that hurts. I cut him a deal. Traded them for some alien tech.
Kevin?
That's the most ridiculous story I've ever heard.
What, the dragon?
No, it's all true.
It's real.
Everyone thinks dragons are creatures of myth. A handful of knights battled a giant fire-breathing beast.
Same one?
They were the king's greatest warriors, but even they couldn't finish it off. Dozens of far-fetched dragon legends sprang up. But all the while, the knights were passing the custody of the real beast. Ben, we need you to help us.
Find the
So you want me
dragon.
to be a part of all this?
I mean,
Be a knight?
no.
Yes, Ben.
Oh.
You see a bunch of old swords and axes and you're ready to jump in and start playing knight in shining armor?
I
There's
would.
still a lot we don't know.
There most assuredly is a dragon. You have my word. Forever Knights do not have doubts. So if you or your friends have
Have
them,
doubts, leave.
you do not belong with us.
It's where they have like something like that noise and the technology, and they're all knights.
Been monitoring the military.
Yep. Yeah.
Some kind of monster.
It's still good. Yep. Exactly. Still alive. Ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. Exactly. Just making it mad. How convenient. Just landing right near them.
Thinking it through, huh?
Yeah. Chroma Stone. Whoa, that's cool. Interesting design on the dragon. It's not a typical design of a dragon. Whoa. What's that on its chest?
Ben's too close to the dragon.
Doesn't care. He doesn't care.
So are you, or are you not, one of us?
Ooh. Oh, shit.
We need to have a little talk.
Mm-hmm.
You used me.
It wasn't personal. You know where the dragon's headed, don't you?
Really? Where?
If you're trying to scare us,
We've taken a sacred oath. 6200 Prospect Boulevard, where the 12 and 408 freeways meet.
what?
Wait,
It's where
what?
the dragon's going.
And they're gone.
I almost forgot. They think the relic's alien, but they haven't figured out what it does yet.
That wasn't fire coming out of its mouth. It was more like a laser. So you're saying the dragon
alien.
was trying to talk to you? Translates any language into any other in real time.
Well, let's use
Pretty
that to
common
talk to the
alien
dragon
tech.
alien, whatever.
The dragon had something like this near its throat.
Spider monkey!
A new alien. Cool. Switcher, hurry, hurry, hurry.
I'm trying to help.
Reflection. Come on, go, go, go.
A what?
A monster?
Yeah? Well, I thought you were a monkey.
Oh, I don't really look like
Kinda.
this.
What do you want?
I want my ship back. My tracking
Alien.
signal says it's here.
Knew it.
Ship.
The knights are the monsters. They attacked
Yeah,
me
I
for
agree
no
with that.
reason right after I landed. Broke my translator
Yeah.
box, then locked me up in that dungeon.
You're an alien, right?
Yes.
What were you doing here?
Yeah,
I
well,
was
yeah.
making an interstellar map. Excuse me.
Been locked over 1,000 years,
business.
apparently. Jesus.
Finding your ship and then heading home.
Just as soon as there's not a single one of those forever knights left alive.
Do you blame him, though?
1,000 years those forever knights stole from me.
That's true, so
1,000 years.
So,
Well,
I don't
how
blame him
long
for
is
being
in
that
dragon
mad.
years?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
If we just skated out of here right now, who'd say
No
anything?
connection. Exactly. I mean, I get that, but ugh. And they're here.
You don't understand!
Don't
Trying
shoot.
to save the beast again, are you? Never looked better.
Oh, that's cool. I like the design of it. That's cool.
Weapons.
It's got weapons?
Didn't think I'd need him when I landed.
Wow.
Too trusting.
But I'm just a dumb kid.
Yes, you are. So do yourself a favor. Stay out of my way.
The whole thing is just kind of ridiculous, isn't it?
A little bit. Yeah,
Ridiculous.
I agree.
I took an oath. We live to destroy that dragon. And we will do it right here.
Heads up!
Exactly. Ooh.
Timeout?
Time out. Absorb. Absorb. There you go. Come on. There you go.
I've been waiting 1,000 years for this.
He's been waiting for revenge,
Can't
so.
convince me.
I could turn into Humongosaur again if I wanted to. Or maybe Chroma Stone, or Spider Monkey. But I'm not going to. You're not a monster. You're a map maker.
Yeah. And I get the revenge part, and maybe he should get some revenge. I don't know. Oh, he's leaving. Get out of the way. Get out of here.
How did you do it?
Huh?
Just talk to
You
him.
know, get the dragon to go.
I just... Oh. I used my head.
The beast flew off into the stars,
Yep.
headed for home. We failed. And now there's no reason for us to exist.
How soon before more of the beasts arrive here wanting revenge? They could be making their plans even as we speak. We must always stand ready to
Just found a
fight
way
the
to
dragons.
flip this. I wasn't sure where this episode was going, but I gotta say I really enjoyed it. And the episode title, Be Knighted, makes a lot of sense now after watching the episode Be Knighted. So, it was about the Forever Knights trapping this dragon, an alien, for 1,000 years. And apparently this is the whole reason behind the Forever Knights in terms of like what they took an oath for and everything, and this dragon that was captured and everything. And they were trying to find all these different weapons throughout history for all this time since they captured it to destroy it. And they think they finally found the one weapon. And they have Connor, I think his name was Connor or something like that. I think it was Connor. Anyways, they have this Forever Knight use this weapon that's like a laser beam or whatever. And it's a gigantic weapon. And he's supposed to go down there and it's chained up, right? He's told it's chained up, don't worry. You're going to go down there and kill it. Well, what I liked visually about this sequence is that it shows the chain being pulled out from the light, and then the eyes, and then it was like a green type color of the dragon or whatever. What I liked is that they kind of hid the dragon. I keep saying dragon, it's an alien, but they hid it in the shadows. And then even when it flew away, it was in the dark and everything. So it was a visually cool sequence because they really made it a point to where you can't see exactly what it looks like, but you kind of get a sense of it clearly is a dragon, even though it's an alien and everything, and they thought it was a dragon, and they still think it's a dragon, and there's a whole planet full of dragons now. It's like, okay, you've completely flipped this whole thing and this whole situation to make it in your favor. Forever Knights, the king or whoever is running the Forever Knights now, which I don't think we've seen this guy before, so no idea. But anyways, the guy who was the king or whatever. So Kevin's reached out by the actual boy itself, the youngest. It seems like the youngest guy there, the little boy. It looks like he's around Ben's age, but compared to everybody else, everyone seems like they're an adult, and he's the only like kid there. And so he's the one who reaches out to Kevin and kind of does some sort of deal or something, because it seems that no one else has even agreed to like Ben, Kevin, and Gwen showing up. And what I think was pretty smart, and once again, it's the storytelling of the show, and a lot of shows do this, but I think they handled it pretty well here, is the concept of introducing an element in the episode that will be applied later. And that was when Ben was practicing karate or whatever, being silly, and doing a punching bag, and Gwen's holding the other side. Gwen says, don't do a headbutt, think with your head, think things through, because essentially, as we saw in the original Ben 10 series, a lot of times Ben ran into a fight without thinking things through. He didn't. Gwen was saying you need to go in and think with your head. Think, how are you going to go about this? And they applied it a little bit later in the episode when we actually see the first interaction between Ben and the dragon alien. And then we see that device on its chest. And I think they kind of showed it a little bit in that opening sequence when it escaped the castle. But we really get to see it here, and of course, it was very like lucky happenstance. They park right next to a gas station. It has like an 18-wheeler truck with it seems like a bunch of gasoline in it. And then all of a sudden, here's the beast, the monster. And of course, earlier we saw that aerial footage of it like attacking airplanes or whatever, those jets. That was a really cool sequence. It was really cool to see like the camera like on like the dash cams or whatever of the jets, like video footage. That was kind of cool to see the effect of it and everything. And of course, every single time it blew up a jet, you see the pilots and everything eject out because no one died, of course. So the fight goes on. Ben does not choose Humongousaur, which Gwen says you can use Humongousaur. No, because that's too simple. And I feel like he's had more experience. Not really, because he's a map maker. We find out he's a map maker. He's not a fighter or whatever, but of course he wants revenge. Which we'll get to that whole thing in a bit, because I definitely have some things to say about that. But then Ben goes Chromastone. I think that was the name of the alien. Goes Chromastone. I think this was the second time he's done it so far in the show. And he thought he heard something, because the translator on the chest, that device, was broken. And it turns out the Forever Knights broke that translator when they captured the beast, the monster. So, and I'm guessing that because the dragon alien was talking to them when they confronted him, so they broke it so that he could never speak again, or at least in terms of fully understand what he's trying to say. So that little sequence goes on, of course, gets the laser, fires it, and he's like, Ben's too close, he's too close. Pity. Whatever. I don't care that he's close. My whole objective is to kill the damn beast, the monster, the dragon. It doesn't matter if Ben's nearby. And then, of course, Gwen stops it, and then the laser veers over and destroys that gas station, the 18-wheeler tanker, like just everything just explodes. It was a great explosion. And I've noticed this too. Ben 10, the original series, didn't have a lot of those big explosion moments, but this show does. And it's kind of crazy to see that visual difference there, at least in that little bit of an aspect, because there's been some Ben 10 explosions and stuff, but in terms of something like this, where it's like this gigantic destructive moment where clearly people should have died, and people may have died in that gas station, but they showed that gigantic explosion. It was kind of brutal, and you felt the brutality of it, like how insane it looked. It was really cool visually to see that. The boy gives away where the dragon alien was going because that's where his ship was. They go and talk to him, and then Ben turns into a new alien spider monkey. Simple name, but at the same time, I like the color of it, the blue and black. It was a cool color design on that. And he switches the voice changer, the voice whatever device. They start talking to him back and forth. He's been trapped for 1,000 years, and then of course he goes into a ship, and there's this whole thing where Ben tells Gwen and Kevin to talk to them because of course the Forever Knights show up. To talk them and to let them know. And so they're trying to talk. Ben's trying to talk to the alien dragon. He's a map maker. He has weapons and he wants revenge. And even before we get to the point of the ship, which is a cool design, by the way, he wants revenge because he's like, I'm not leaving until all the Forever Knights are dead. To the point of the whole revenge thing, I think it's kind of hard where I land. The Forever Knights are bad people. The Forever Knights, like their whole, what they stand for, what they've done in the original Ben 10 series, what they were doing here, after learning the truth of this map maker that landed on the planet to basically create a map of the stars, planets, everything, basically just mapping out what's out there. And he was attacked and locked up for 1,000 years. I don't blame him for wanting revenge. And would I have liked to have seen him get revenge? Yes. Would have loved it if he would have destroyed the hell out of that castle. Because when he escaped, he could have easily done a lot more destruction, and he probably should have. However, the original Forever Knights that captured him are not around anymore. But that doesn't mean that the Forever Knights still holding him to this day don't have any fault either. So would I have liked to have seen him take out some Forever Knights? And we saw him like destroy some of the part of the castle. But should we have seen more of that? Should we have seen him get actual revenge on all that time he was captured because they thought he was a dragon? And I like the fact too that they kind of tied it into the myths of dragons in the world because of his presence that he had at one point before he was locked away. The idea that myths were being brought around because of him, because he literally looks like a dragon. And that one shot of him holding a weapon was kind of odd because he's supposed to look like a dragon, but yet he's like sitting on his hind legs, like holding a weapon. It's kind of a strange visual, but when you see him flying and walking, looks like what you would interpret as a dragon. So I like the fact that kind of tied that into the myths of the world, that it was from him. But I would have liked to have seen him get revenge, honestly. Now look, I don't normally say that, but I just feel he was so wronged for not doing anything. He like you could tell he didn't mean to scare people. He didn't mean to do that, but he can't change his physicality. He can't change what he looks like. And so when he shows up, they just assume he's a dragon. He's a monster. Let's capture him. So yeah, it was kind of crazy to see that, but I like how that Ben talked to him. And that was something that, of course, the whole thing when I was mentioning earlier about Gwen brought that up about using your head. Ben's like, I could turn into Humongosaur. I could turn into this, this, and this, but I'm not going to. And then when he goes to hit, Ben's like, well, this is easier for me then. He goes, you're not a monster. You're a map maker. This is not who you are. And I think there might have been more to that conversation. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there wasn't. But I think that pretty much is like, you need, like, now obviously the whole point of the king afterwards at the end of the episode saying, well, there's a whole planet of them now and they could come back here any moment and they can get some revenge. That may happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that may happen. It's a possibility. And is it wrong if they do? No. 1,000 years locked up. How would you feel if you were locked up for 1,000 years and you were finally let go? And maybe not the original people who captured you, but the same kind of people that captured you are still holding you and trying to kill you. That was their whole purpose of the Forever Knights. Because he even said at the end of the episode, he was like talking to the king, the Connor guy. He was like, you know, what's the point now? What's the point? And of course, he threw like an envelope full of stuff, including pictures of Ben, Gwen, and Kevin. But he So what's the point of us now? You know, just the whole point of everything, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's how dedicated it was to this one thing, was the Forever Knights. But of course, you felt there's a whole world of dragons. There's a whole planet of them. So, anyways. But I mean, look, if he got more revenge in the episode, I wouldn't change my opinion on him one bit. He deserves to be angry. He deserves to be upset. He deserved to get some payback, in my opinion. Unfortunately, the people that originally captured him are no longer around, so he couldn't really get full revenge, but, you know. And look, I don't know if we're going to see this character again. Maybe we won't. But if we do, and he gets some revenge, I ain't going to bat an eye. Because I feel like, hey, because even Kevin said, look, we have no real connection to this. If we leave right now, whatever happens between the dragon and, you know, the Forever Knights, it ain't on us. It's not on us. It's like, that's a good point. If something wants to happen and they're not around, even though Ben's like, I would have an issue with it if we weren't here. It's like, okay, I get it. But for me, it's like 1,000 years? Yeah, something should be done. Just saying. That's just me, though. But I really enjoyed the episode. I really enjoyed how it went about. And, you know, like, this show just continues to surprise me. I wasn't expecting an episode like this, and yet we got something. And I liked how it ties in the whole idea. I like the idea of myths, of dragons, and all that kind of stuff. I like that. It's really cool. So, yeah, that's the episode, guys. What do you guys think of it? I'm curious to know your thoughts, what you thought about this episode, guys. I really enjoyed it, and I like, of course, seeing Ben turn into all the aliens and everything, and still getting used to the new aliens. I like the humongous story when he grew all the way up. Like, he was so freaking giant. And also like Spider Monkey, the new alien. That was kind of cool to see him. So, anyways, that's the reaction. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys, about the episode. Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the journey of Ben 10 so far. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.